Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to answer one of the most common questions I get and speak about must-have makeup brushes. If you're serious about improving the way you do your makeup and the results you get, you'll need professional tools. So let's start. So first things first, foundation brushes. You might have seen flat brushes or round brushes. This is Mach 130. Personally, I prefer flat brushes for several reasons. You need less product to create better coverage. And you know you have to wash foundation brushes after every use and they dry faster, but that's important on the road. Round brushes are great for creating lighter, well-blended coverage, but you will notice that there is too much product left in between the bristles. They are more difficult to wash. They will also take more time to dry. If you're traveling, you might find that you want a brush that dries faster. For the same reason, I'm not a super big fan of Beautyblender. Beautyblender would probably be the fastest one for applying foundation. The only thing that might be a problem if you're traveling, if you're changing hotels every night or don't have a hotel at all on tour, it takes ages to dry and you'll want to wash it after every single use. I would not recommend getting super cheap dupes just because they're not the same, and once you try the original ones you'll notice the difference. Foundation brush is something you can save on. Just make sure that it's dense enough, that it stays in shape and the bristles are nicely and evenly cut. That's pretty much it. So yeah, foundation brushes have to be washed after every single use, and in most cases you can just use your usual shampoo. There are lots of different types of concealer brushes, but personally I use a cheap synthetic brush and the same brush I use for foundation for blending the concealer in. So this is another thing you can save on and don't waste money on a separate concealer brush. This is just like drugstore flat synthetic brush. If you find good ones cheap, just get a bunch because you can use them for a variety of things like liquid eyeshadow, glitter, concealer, lipstick. That's another type of brush you can save on. I don't see a reason of wasting a fortune on that one. Sometimes you can even find this type of flat synthetic brushes in art stores and they cost like 10 times cheaper than makeup brushes. So the next group of brushes is going to be probably the most demanding in your kit, no matter if you're a professional makeup artist or if you're doing makeup for yourself. Eyeshadow brushes. First of all, you'll need a good blending brush. Probably the most universal brush you could use for a variety of different things is Mach 217 and its dupes. There are lots of them, for example Zoeva 227 or Sigma E25 blending brush. If you can only get just one brush, get just it. Mach 217 is probably one of the most universal brushes which you can use for blending eyeshadow, for applying concealer, even for contouring, or whatever application you might find. You'll probably need several of those. You also need a flat eyeshadow brush. Mach 239 or Zoeva has a dupe that's pretty good. I used it for today's look. Finally, you will need a pencil brush. So that's Mach 219 or its dupes. For example, Zoeva is also great. I like it. Now, speaking about Zoeva brushes, there is one brush I would like to mention, that's Zoeva 142. They call it concealer buff. It's perfect for fixing stuff. For example, if you don't like the edge of the blend, you can easily fix it with this brush. The reason I don't use it for concealer is too much product gets stuck in between the bristles and it's not really economical, but it's a really dense synthetic brush and it's perfect for fixing eyeshadow blend edges. It also has a dupe from realtechniques. Back to face brushes. If you can afford only one brush for contouring and blush, just get Mach 129. It's probably the best and the most universal brush you can get. You can use the thin edge for contouring or blush, or you can also use the side of it for blending. If you have some budget, you can also get like a separate contouring brush. Actually, this is the one I use for contouring. It came with a Smashbox contouring kit and I hit the Mach 1 for blending. Blush! Again, you can use the same Mach 129 or you can get a more precise cheap brush like Smashbox. Again, I like it because it has two different cuts, narrow one and a wide one. You can actually use it for contouring too or for precise blush application. That's another alternative for MAC, but I mean, it's not a must-have. You can just use this one. There are several options. You can use a spare 217, or you can use a fan brush like this. This is actually a cheap drugstore fan brush. Or you can use this one from realtechniques. Finally, powder brush. It's a big round brush like this. That's something you can actually save on too. It doesn't have to be super expensive. Just make sure that it's nicely cut, it's dense enough and stays in shape, so it's fluffy but not too fluffy. However, there is one brush I would recommend you to get for translucent finishing powder. That's makeupforever 128. There are several reasons for it. First of all, it's big enough, but it's very precise and it will help you save a ton of product. It's very economical. Okay, quick note on how to take care of your brushes. As I have already mentioned, all brushes for cream textures like foundation, lipstick, concealer, liquid eyeshadow, as well as eyeshadow brushes have to be washed every time you use them. Large brushes you use for dry textures, if you do makeup on yourself. Yeah, we're talking about the situation when you do makeup for yourself. So large brushes like powder, contouring, large brushes for dry textures. If you do makeup for yourself, you can wash them once in a while. Smaller ones, eyeshadow brushes and brushes for cream products should be cleaned every time you use them. How to clean your brushes? So the best way to wash your brushes is to use just running water and simple drugstore shampoo. Wash them gently under running water. Do not leave them soaking in water. Do not force them against your arm. The best way to dry your brushes is to put them on a towel like this, so the bristles do not touch the tip. Do not let water get into the brush. Do not put your brush vertically, otherwise water will get inside it, it will ruin your brush. Put it horizontal on a towel and leave it dry. That's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Please hit the thumbs up if you've enjoyed the video and post your questions in the comment section below. And see you in the next video. Bye bye!